Hi everybody, welcome back to Katarina's Garage. My name is Katarina Lloyd, and as you can see, I got my girl back. You guys should know this car if you've been a fan of my channel for quite a while. I sold this car last year actually, after the motor was really bad. This is a 1986 Mustang LX convertible. I am actually the third owner of this car, and at least third registered owner anyways, technically fourth owner, but that doesn't matter. Anyways, so this car had a 3.8 V6 in it originally, but it got swapped with an 86 Roller 302. And it's got some performance upgrades under the hood, which I'll show you guys in this video, but as well, I want to show you guys as well what I'm going to be doing to this car in the coming weeks. So, first up, and if you saw my live stream, or one of my live streams, I actually cleaned these up a little bit live on camera. Now, they still need a bit more, to be honest. I'm going to need some bariatric acid, but if we take a look at these are BBK shorty equal length headers, right? These retail brand new for like 400 bucks, so 400, 440, something like that. So they're actually in really good nick, but they do have some rust or whatever else that does need to be taken care of. And then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to get these, I'm going to put these in bariatric acid to get them all the way down to where it's nice smooth metal. And then I'm going to actually wrap these, so that'll be good. Actually, I'll just put these in here for now. So that is those awesome headers. And when I bought those, I also bought this HEI distributor, which if you take a look at this thing, this is like the same style that they have on from like Summit. I believe this is a Summit Racing one with the vacuum advance, because the distributor on this thing currently as an electronic advance doesn't play well with the carburetor, so replace it with this, right? So yeah, and there's zero play in it, so it's actually in really good shape. You know, and it's got the electronic ignition and everything in there, so that'll be really good for the car as well. And I can't wait to have this along with those headers on it and see what kind of a difference that makes when I actually get this thing dialed in a little better, because she's not happy right now. And then actually something else that came with the car are these awesome thinned valve covers, right? Now these are super cool. These have provisions for PCV, so, and that's the reason why he threw them in. These are actually from Jegs. You can buy these. They're not super expensive, but they're really nice, to be honest. I love this style, and it's just so much cleaner than what's on there currently. Yeah, so I'll be putting these on as well. Alright, so I'll just put these in the trunk real quick. There we go. And yeah, let's actually take a look under the hood. I'll show you guys a few things that need to be done to this thing to get her so that she's actually like ready to go, perfect, all that different stuff, right? So just give me a second, let me pop that. So now, I did a little bit of tuning on this carburetor actually earlier today so I could properly drive this car. Because if we take a look here, you know, it's got a Holly 600 on top of it on an Elrock Performer intake. It's got this, honestly, electronic advanced distributor, which, no go, that's going to get, it's not going to get tossed. I'll just try and resell it for like 50 bucks or something like that, you know, somebody will want it. So because this is an 86 motor, it does have the serpentine setup on it. Now, not all of them were... I need to correct myself on a previous video where I said that serpentine setup means roller. It actually doesn't. It was an option for a number of years, but later on when you saw a serpentine belt, it meant that you had a roller cam in it, which this does. This also... because it's an 86, it does not have the GT40, I think they're called, heads, right? Or whatever they're called. I can't remember what they're called. But anyway, so it doesn't have the really high performing sort of heads from the factory. It does have these cool, like I like these, but I like the look of those finned ones better. You know, I got these Mustang powered by Ford, which they're just gonna hang up on my wall. I'll probably end up reselling them, like reconditioning them a bit as well. But and you can tell why I wanted to replace these factory headers, right? Look at how awful those look. Like, I'm worried that as soon as I pull those out, they're just gonna disintegrate. So yeah, you know, it's got a new alternator on it, all new belts and hoses and stuff. So when I say belts, there's one belt, but yeah, it's actually really good, and it runs okay. It needs a lot of tuning, which again, a little out of my realm. I've tuned it a little bit, got it to at least get down the street a lot better than it was. She also is not liking this cold, and you can tell, yeah, there's no air cleaner on it because I need to replace this back fitting here, because it goes straight up when I need it to do, or at least get one that's shorter, because this hose is actually in the way for an air cleaner to sit on top of there. Now, the only way around that, which the problem is there's not enough room, I need like an inch spacer along the carburetor, but then it would hit the hood, so that's a no-go on that. So yeah, I'll just need to replace that fitting with a shorter one and go from there. This car is actually really cool. I love it. She's got quite a decent amount of power, but a lot more than what I'm used to, for sure. And yeah, well, meanwhile, here, let's start it. It should fire right up, because I only had it running about 20-30 minutes ago, so let's just see. Will she go right now? Tilt that down. There we go. Yeah, so let's see if she'll start up. It starts out pretty good, but idle is not great on it, although it sounds pretty decent out the back. It's just not very loud, so right, but you can hear it's not exactly running 100%, so we'll need to get that addressed. But you know, she's a good car though. I know it's relatively smooth up here, but definitely needs some fine tuning. And obviously there's no PCV on it, so again, need that. Also, kickdown. You can see the rod right here, but it's not attached. So need to find a way to attach that, which I was just gonna build a rod and bend it, but that's probably not gonna happen. What I might just do is see if I can do it via zip ties, but I don't know how well that will work. So yeah, but oh yeah, she's wanting to stall out. So, you know, again, some tuning, because again, that's a brand new carburetor. It's never really been messed with until I kind of started to tune it today. Let me just shut her off here. Yeah, so and tell you guys what are my plans with this car. So this car, it's only the second car that I've like properly driven, being that it was my car, right? Because the other vehicles, well, the truck I only drove from Airdrie back here, and I did not really touch it again. The Civic I haven't even driven at all, you know, and there's been a couple other vehicles as well. But yeah, no, so this thing, very happy with it overall. It's just, again, a lot of fine tuning needs to be done to this car to get it to run just right. And there will be a lot of test miles on it before it goes on any sort of road trip. So, you know, just driving it around town type idea, doing minor adjustments, seeing what that does, and going from there. It almost looks like they overfilled my coolant, because I had them actually do the coolant on this. Like, because the thing is, I couldn't get the, after I changed out the water pump, I couldn't get the belt back tight again. They were able to get the nut off of the belt tensioner to get it tight again, so that was cool. So it didn't need a new belt tensioner, thank God. But yeah, and like, so But what are my plans with this thing? So as you saw, you know, I am looking into getting all that stuff into this car, which will happen in the next probably few weeks here. So be on the lookout for a video about that. I do want to do like a celebration sort of video with like birdouts and do donuts and stuff like that in this car, but that's gonna have to wait. This car, I'm gonna keep it on automatic because I want that nice cruiser for this car, even though it'll still be a fast, fun car, but having a nice cruiser at the same time, right? It's a convertible after all. Another thing that I'm going to do actually, because a friend of mine, he has a homemade pipe bender that will work great for this, to be honest. He's passed tack at the strip. Is I want to put a roll bar in this thing, paint it white. You know, it'll look really good, actually contrasting with this. And I need to replace the rear end too because it's still the 7.5 with 2.73s. I still want to keep this thing as close to 2.73s as I can, but yeah. Well, anyways, actually let's take a look inside of this thing, and you'll see it's actually in really good shape in here. Although it does need a dash pad. You can see up there, right? It's cracked like they all are. This car currently has 198,526 kilometers on it. So, yeah, it's pretty nice. And sorry, there's some stuff in the interior because again, I was replacing parts, right? But you know, it's pretty good. Does need a new top though as well. So, top will be replaced at some point when I can afford it, which is not high on the priority list at the moment, but it will be eventually. Right now it doesn't have heat, so that's going to be addressed on Friday when it goes for its coolant flush, because if you guys saw as well, that little update video that I did draining the coolant out of this thing, oh, it was bad. Like, the coolant was so dark and so black and so dirty. It's like, geez, I've seen better looking coolant in cars that have sat for 20 years. So I don't think this motor has ever been flush. So we're gonna flush the entire cooling system. That should bring the heat back. You can feel a little bit of heat, a tiny bit. So what that is telling me, and because the heater core is not leaking, is that the heater core is not bad. It's just there's probably something stuck in it. So yeah, once this entire thing is, again, that'll be tomorrow. Once the entire cooling system is flushed out, we should have heat back, and that'll be good there. Other things, you know, put updated speakers in it just to give it a little better sound coming through the stereo. Other than that, that's pretty much it. Just make this thing a nice driver, but as well, I want to take this thing on. Actually, there's this event called Miles of Mayhem, and it happens in August. It is such a fun event. Like, I've never done it, but I've really wanted to. It's essentially drag week, but it's here in Alberta and actually dips into Saskatchewan as well. So hopefully I'll be able to afford to do that, and you'll see me doing that in this car and seeing what this thing will run up the strip and stuff like that. I'll be really curious, and like, I'm not looking to be super competitive or anything like that, just to have fun, race my car down the track, you know, and see what it'll do, right? And you know, maybe do minor upgrades next year to get a little better and, you know, whatever else. But yeah, so we'll see how it is. Anyways, before I kind of freeze because it is cold out here, I'm gonna let you guys go. Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you did like it, please like the video, comment anything you want to see down below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as well, if you want to contact me, you can at Katarina.garage on Instagram or Katarina's Garage on Facebook. And follow me on TikTok as well at Katarina.garage as well. Hope you're staying safe during COVID-19. Good luck with whatever you're working on, and I will catch you in the next video.